friends, welcome to our home. It is April 28th today, and I have been working on some spring decor that I didn't get any time to do before doing Easter videos because Easter was extremely early this year in April. So I missed doing some of the things that I typically show in March for a spring decor, but I wanted to look at these things. I've had them packed away for a year, of course. I love the frogs. My frog collection has grown, and some of the frogs have grown. I just got the biggest one down there on the end at our Goodwill store. I'm pretty sure you must have seen it in a video already. That was a couple months ago. Just huge. I could have him outside, but that's pretty hard on them. We've got a large grouping of very, very big frogs to some smaller ones that we've had out in our garden for many, many years, and sometimes they suffer. We need to be careful and get things put away before it starts freezing and thawing and freezing and thawing in the fall, or don't bring them out too early. Norm got a little over anxious this early April. It got like 70 degrees for a while. It was very, very nice, and he started putting out patio furniture, of course, and he also put out a lot of my very large splatter glaze pots that I've had in our yard on the big rack on the dock for some decoration and a lot of color. We've liked looking at them out there, but it is kind of a nuisance because they do get filled with rainwater and we don't have holes drilled out in all of them. But we ended up with cold weather again a couple times, and I went out there to dump the water out of them, and some of the very biggest pots on the bottom had just shattered. So we learned a hard lesson. Had to throw out some very fun, possibly hobbyist ones that broke. So a lot of these frogs you have seen before, and you've seen this big, crazy, splatter-like ceramic tray that I found quite a few years ago at the Goodwill. This crazy frog is really cute. Maybe these two are a little cutesier than what I would tend to like. I mean, I really like these. This is more your McCoy frogs. It was pretty reasonable. I got it at, I'm pretty sure this was from the Antique Mall of Rogers in Rogers, Minnesota, only 5 miles from us. She had one of the vendors had a pretty big collection of the larger McCoy frogs, and I do have 2 more larger ones, but they're outside. And I don't recall where I found this crazy one, and this one was definitely the Goodwill fairly recently, and I know that one is pretty recent too. So that one's a planter, and this one's just a very fun statue. It's got quite the drip glaze on the back. You don't see too much of that on the front. But when I found him, Norm said, well, there's a chip there, and there was a chip on his toe right there. So I touched him up this morning. He's fine now. This one need a little tiny bit of touch up on the upper edge. It's always some chip here or there, isn't there, on a lot of things. Now this was my mother's, and I have shared it quite a few times now in our older videos. Yep, she had this for a long time, and I've had it for a long time. My mother passed away in the year 2000. She was only 76. The eyes I did not like. When I showed it to you last year, I said, I've got to do something, paint those eyes better. What they were is a white eye, large amount of white, and a small black dot in the middle. And it made it look kind of mean. It just didn't look like a frog. So I had said I wanted to work on that, so I just did those this morning too. Not easy with my old shaky hands to try to get things done well, but Norm agreed. He looks softer now, and he's more like the other frogs. Typically, a lot of these hobbyist frogs, these are hobbyist, I would say, they have a big black eye. That's the way they came. Now this one, I think it came that way. Yeah, you can usually tell. But he's kind of a weird color combination, isn't he? Kind of unusual. But I like the fact that he was a planter and hobbyist. This one, I don't recall. Yeah, I have shown them quite a few times now, and this is newer, maybe as of last year. Kind of weird. They look like googly eyes that have gotten too dark, because you can see the pupil has fallen forward on that one. I should have tried to see if I could straighten it up a little bit, but I think it's adorable. I like the brighter green like that. I prefer that over this real dark green, but I got a lot of dark green ones behind me on the shelving that are miniature. And this is just, how many days ago? Where did we go? Back up to the Antique Mall of Rogers, I believe. No, this one here was just a few days ago. Norm took me back up to St. Cloud area. Waite Park, Minnesota is very close to St. Cloud. And that's where we've mentioned that there's the Salvage Sisters and the Rusty Pick. And I found this at the Salvage Sisters. I was so excited because it's the size that I love, smaller, and it's a planter, and it's more realistic. I thought it was fantastic. I was so excited because that's actually why we went there. I was wondering if I could find another fun frog, and how great to find one that's small instead of another great big thing to be tempted by. If I found something really big, he probably would end up out in the yard by the pond. So I did think of this then when I was going through vases to find something green, and I was preferring dark green. I have a lot of olive green drip Hager and California vases and ewers and bud vases upstairs stored away. But I wanted dark green, so I was happy when I remembered that we found this a couple of years ago, a couple of summers ago now, yeah. But I love ferns for spring. It's probably more of a summer plant, but that's just what I like to use for a spring look. And all of these flowers, I was so excited to find them. Early in the month, we had gone to Buffalo to snoop around and have fun on a beautiful sunny day. And the Lakeview Antiques in Buffalo, Minnesota happened to have a woman who in her booth had this large box with a handle on it that is rugged looking, So you would think of it for more your cottage core decor, and big long handled box, and it was full of these flowers in different colors. I ended up with white, which is over there behind me, and that swan on the rack behind me. I had a bouquet of white, a lot more of the yellow and the orange, but she had purple flowers in there, and I don't know what other, if there was any pink. I don't think there was pink, but it was just full. I took a snapshot of it before I started taking it apart because I'm just going to donate that big planter. It's, not my style, of course. So I hope you find this fun. It's kind of neat seeing a lot of green right now. Our grass is finally greening up. As you can see in the living room, I've got a lot of wonderful green to show you, but I also left the turquoise out. So I did something different than I've ever done before that I know of. The turquoise was out for Easter decor. So I thought, that would look pretty nice with some greens. So I'm very happy about how the living room turned out, and I will be doing that, of course, in another video. I would like to show you a little bit over here too, and the shadow box in. I would have liked a basket planter. A wall pocket sounds kind of crazy, but that's what they call them when you put plants in them and it hangs on the wall. I have 2 of these plaques, and I've shared them, I'm sure, several times now for spring decor, because the other one is just butterflies and flowers. But I chose this one, something that would go a little bit with this huge plaque over here that I don't believe I've ever shared with you. It's been in storage downstairs for quite a few years. It has to be, though, within the 6 years of us making videos on YouTube, because I did show it in a video where I found it at the Goodwill in our neighborhood here. I was very shocked. It was marked $6.99, and I even kind of wondered if I should get it at that time. I suppose I just didn't want to spend $7, and I thought, oh, where am I going to put that? I'm sure the people have had them outside and it's going to fade. And of course I thought of putting it on the front of our shed. Goes very well with a water garden theme. It is kind of kooky, isn't it, when you think about it? I don't know what that white stuff is. That looks like coral to me. It just doesn't really make sense. Mushrooms, butterflies, frogs, and coral. Yeah, I don't know. I think they could have found something a little different. It's a very, very busy plaque. I was really thrilled when I saw this sitting on the floor at the Goodwill. The sticker was still on there from the Goodwill for $6.99. So I got a real deal, because they are on the internet, quite a few of them for sale. It says Home Co. from the 70s. And of course, you know how popular mushrooms are, butterflies, and frogs, I assume. The prices on the internet are anywhere from, I saw a $40 one, but they went all the way up to into the $50, $55, and $65. Now I can believe that the very large burwood plaques are getting very expensive too. So yeah, I can understand people trying to get that much for them, but I was pretty lucky. I did buy it more for an investment than thinking that I was going to get it hung up somewhere. But I'm really happy that I did get it hung up. I'm glad. I really wanted to share it with you. I know most of you have probably seen it. So down here, I've got some turtles. There's just 2 turtles actually, and only the one big swan. I decided to put these 3 things together because they are more satin. That swan is very, very sweet, subdued, beautiful green. I'm not sure, of course, who made all of these things, but yeah, I think I was really surprised when I looked up this guy. Could have been left in or something crazy. Yeah, I'll try to find out again about that. Now this last year, I found this last year at our Goodwill, and he didn't have any eyes on him. I think it was the Goodwill, but you never know. But he was pretty sad looking with no eyes. So this morning, I did have a smaller round eye on him that I maybe put on last year, but now this morning I filled it in. He looks very melancholy, doesn't he? Deep in thought. But I loved him just because he was so artsy and something a little different being in brown. Maybe he's a toad. He looks more like a frog to me. Yeah, he's got a lot of bumps all over him. Really fun. I don't know. This looks like a McCoy turtle, doesn't it? And I don't remember where I found it, but I was very happy about it. Thrifted this bird for, could have been $3.99 or something like that, or even less at the Goodwill years ago. I love it, and I bring it out in the spring because it looks like a baby robin to me. Shared it before, yes. This frog, or toad, I'd say toad, I put the eyes on it, and I have mentioned that I've done that to several things. There's 2 big ones down here that I did that to, and they're both homely looking toads. But it was fun finding some glass eyes to put on them. A very nice turtle bank I've shared before. Hobbyist, I think. Now this is also a pottery company that I'm not sure of. Nilok, Nilok, I think is how it was spelled. I looked it up last year and I'm trying to jog my memory. And this crazy one just didn't fit up on the buffet. I think it's adorable. Found it several years ago. It's hobbyist, but yeah, it just didn't want to fit in because it's so long, and you know, with the planters and some smaller frogs or toads up here. I think I only have 1 toad. All the rest are frogs. I think my mom's planter over there, it still looks to me like a toad. It's just got a weird nose on it. But I split up the white flowers that came in that big planter. I was very happy to get those, all of them. I've had a lot of these items before that I've shared last year on the shadow box out here, most likely because they're my smallest ones. I think one other year I may have had some frogs upstairs on the metal shelf upstairs for small things. But the newest ones, and I don't even know if you've seen them yet, is these 2. This one is absolutely nuts, isn't it? Isn't that the craziest? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's meant to be upside down like that. It would be raw in the bottom. But yeah, they match, and I may have found them somewhere like Wild Antiques Collective. And that too, yeah, I just think I showed you that last year. It's new, but it's adorable. It looks so real. I couldn't resist it. Now, I think I did have this hobbyist one last year. I'm not sure. But I think it was these 2 that were added, or all 3 of those came together. That's very possible. That that I bought a set of 3. It's just too hard for me to remember, sorry. I love this one. That is so cute. And this one's adorable, but I did have that before. Now, you know, I've found these 2 swans at different times. I have 2 larger ones in the living room on the hearth. I'm sorry, on the mantle. And they're just the right size for the mantle. And then I have the very big planter. And I don't know if I'll be using that. Maybe in the dining room this year. Could be. I think this is new to you, and this might be new to you. I should have gone back and reviewed my froggies from last year's video, but I know I found some at the Wild Antiques Collective. And this was only like $6 at a little thrifty store. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Cello, I love the stump. It's cuter, I think, than putting a vase there when I have something that's got more character like that. And besides, he's playing something. What is that? I'm gonna look. Well, I don't know. Is that just a guitar? Yeah, I think that's appropriate looking. This guy's so cute. So I didn't have enough frogs, obviously, but I love the swans there because I have a swan down below. So it's just a good combination to have lighter green out here. Now this guy is new and he's some composite, but he was adorable. Probably found it at a thrift store. I don't know. I'm switching hands here. This is getting too heavy. And this is also one of my earlier purchases. Also got the, well, I was gonna say little flowers, but this one down here, it almost looks like little flowers, doesn't it? It must be just spots. It's kind of like their warts, huh? I don't know. See the back of them? Pretty cute, huh? Yeah, it's too bad you don't see more of the back of them, but it balanced well. I hope you like that too. It's very fun to come in the house here in the front entrance and see a lot of green and a little bit of tiny flowers. I'm happy with it. I know that's pretty loud over there, but I did have the orange down here to help tie that in. Just no blue, but that's okay. Butterflies are sweet. And I've shared this before, probably did the same thing, hung it on the door, the front entrance door out there. I'm not sure if this is a Hong Kong purse, could be, or sometimes some of these beaded purses were made in Italy too, but I could try to check on that, and often there won't even be anything to identify it, but it's such a bright limey green that I thought it would be fun to have it on our entry closet door. So I hope you found that fun. I know I do take a long time, and I'm going to just do the upstairs today with this and hope that I don't have an hour video altogether, but we shall see. Thank you so much for watching thus far. Okay, let's check out the upstairs landing, where I always have a lot of fun with a lot of shelving up there. I did something color-wise quite different, I think, than anything I've done yet. I hope you like it. Yep, I think this is different being up here. I have shown this collection minus a few pieces downstairs in the front entrance on that shadow box. Oh, it might have been a few years ago already. I just haven't probably done a spring video out there that was softer colors like this. I've ended up liking frogs so much that my frog collection has grown quite a bit, and turtles. But I wanted to take these out for a change, and I was really happy to find on the middle shelf there, second one in, the hen in Wade Park, Minnesota at the Salvage Sisters. And I do have an odd goose. It goes well with that, with flowers, gold flowers on its neck. And this is an odd one up here because it's a little pitcher with the open mouth and a handle in the back. And I've had this rooster for a very, very long time. It's always been an odd duck. For any of my rooster collections when I've done roosters in the summertime typically. And it's not something that I think of using for Valentine's decor. So it's a very, very odd piece. It's pretty fancy with a rhinestone eye. But all of these other geese or swans, the bottom row is all swans and another pair in the middle shelf, but there's two pair of geese up there that are made very similar to the swans, and they're all Japan made. I saw a pair of green ones, soft green, in St. Paul, Minnesota at the Mall of St. Paul, but I thought it was too expensive. So I really do like these sweet birds. You know, I'm just bird crazy, aren't I? Yep, this one is pretty unusual, but I just don't have anything else to use to end up with 5 on each shelf. I'm lucky that I had the number that I have, but what was really wonderful was just a couple days ago, we went up in the St. Cloud area to a couple of shops in Wade Park. I was aware that I was having only 4 of these birds on one shelf, and I thought, that little hen is going to work out just fine to add to this collection. So isn't that crazy how just the last minute, practically before I want to do a video, I find something that works really well. So I hope you think that is a fun idea for a change for spring, and I think you'll see how nice it goes with the other items I found in our ceramic birds and swans that really worked out well in pink and green. I wanted to change the radios again. I had the 2 pink ones there from Easter Decor, and I also had some orange ones in there. So I took out the orange ones, put back a turquoise one on the bottom, and left the white one all by itself on the bottom there. Yeah, I don't have any other pink radios. I used to, but I started feeling like I just can't store these, or I didn't have a shelf to put them on in my bedroom. It was getting full of cats and dogs. And so I gave up 2 really sweet pink radios. But like I said, I have plenty, and I'm shuffling them around now as it is. So I felt I had to make some choices, and thin out the collection. It's always rough to let things go that you know are very nice, but just kind of in the way at times. I have two really sweet, very light, soft green and thick, twisted candles. They're a shorter size. But do you think I could find the second one today? No. I don't know what I did with it. I was debating using it for Easter somewhere, and I didn't, so somehow they got separated, but I really wanted to use those pale green, half the size candles that were real candles. Not old, but they're very sweet. So maybe sometime I'll come across it. I looked everywhere, but I put the lucite ones in for now because they're green. And I've had these two birds put away in a bin that I have marked fancy birds. They're pink or white birds, and they have gold on them, so I named the bin Fancy Birds. This big swan planter is in a thumbnail for one of our videos from several years back when we went to Hickston, Wisconsin, and looked around for quite a while. I think I might have done 2 videos at a time. It just is such a big place. 3 floors at the Hickston Schoolhouse Antique Mall. I thought it was really pretty. Using the light really shows you how pretty the glaze is. They did a good job with a lighter look on both sides of the wings. I just love that pose. I think it's really very elegant. Yeah, pieces like this take up a lot of room, but I sure enjoy them. And then these flowers, I think I found them along with a lot of other flower purchases that are these sweet plastic, very fun colors and very springy looking little picks or bouquets that I found mostly real recently at Lakeview Antiques in Buffalo, Minnesota. I found a couple ceramic pieces, I believe, like a bunny rabbit that was hobbyist, but most of my purchases that day, it was at least 2 weeks ago, were just beautiful flowers and sweet spring colors. I am so happy to have this color pink. I had very little pink flowers, and I can't find them at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. I don't know where they came from, but they're just wonderful, and the vintage stores don't sell them for very much. They must have gotten them on sale somewhere to be putting them in their booths. Yeah, so I ended up with 2 batches of this pink, a big bush, but you know, I have to cut some of them down to fit in these smaller planters. They're not going in a great big pot where I'd need a long stem on them for any reason. The birds I've had for many, many years, I have no idea where we found those, and a large one. I may have found the large one that matches at some other point, but I'm not using that one today. But I think the pink and green is very sweet for spring. I was kind of working off of these plates that I wanted to use because they have spring blossoms on them. So I thought they were very appropriate. I found 3 plates all at the same time at I think it was a Goodwill in like the St. Cloud area. or Cambridge, Minnesota. There's two different Goodwills up there, and I did have it in a video. When I found them, I thought they were just fantastic. So there's another one behind me that is even softer yet, but they all have pink flowers on them. So that's what I was working with to come up with a way to complement them. And I certainly had enough pink and green radios to help bring that all together up here too. Yep, I've been having fun and working with all the frogs out in the front entrance too. I hope there's enough light over here. I do get a lot of glare on these ceramic pieces if I have the light on them, but I chose 4 duck planters, and I did show you the 2 on the sides that have more pink tones for my Easter decor video in the lower stairwell, and had mentioned that they were from my brother. He actually gave them to me quite a few years before he passed away in 2022. So I've had them for probably 10 years. I really love having them out for spring decor. They are so sweet. And I thrifted this one. I think this one up here was only $5 in Hutchinson. I was quite surprised. I didn't put a plant in it because I just thought it was looking too much, too heavy. So I just wanted to lighten it up there a little bit. But obviously at this level, you see inside a pot. So I did want to put a plant in there. That is a little different pink. The fern tips are a little more reddish pink than, that's a bluer pink, mixed with a redder pink too though. Yeah, it's quite different. And this is the plate I was talking about. It matches the other 2, only it's a lot softer. Not as much pink on it. That looks sort of like a finch to me. I don't know. There's so many birds that are similar. We've had both house finches here and the purple finch, which is much more red on that bird. They all sing just beautiful. The house finch tends to want to make a nest in your mailbox. Any kind of plant hanging in your front entrance. We've had that happen a lot. Norm kept throwing those birds out of our mailbox down at the street, level. It was just crazy. That was just one year that happened, but this is a very pretty plate, and I just picked this up at the thrift store for, I think, was it only $1.99, but it's in a video. I was very surprised to find on the back, forgive me, but I have tape on there. I saw this big RS, and the first thing I thought of is RS Prussia, where, and it says Germany under there. So, yep, I saw that RS and I thought, RS Prussia, hand-painted piece. I thought that was at the Goodwill for $1.99. It looks like a little bit of a flaw right there above the flower where the paint is just a little bit worn for some reason. Maybe something was stacked on it, but I thought it would be very sweet because I had a little nail hole. Yeah, so I thought, oh, this plate is not going to cover up that nail hole. That's quite a difference. I know a white plate and a soft green, but I am still trying to mix the pink and green, so I thought it would be okay. Now, these 2 swans, I splurged on. I weakened. Norm pushed me into it. I've always told you he's such an enabler. That's hard to say. He said, oh, you should get them. They are by Norcrest. Very fancy, very delicate swans, and they were at an antique shop in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. And I'm sorry, I'm not remembering the name of it. He put this sweet rhinestone trinket box that's heavy metal, enameled, I suppose you say, on my pillow a couple nights ago. We were over at Hobby Lobby looking for material for his window, his spring window, and I saw this beautiful pink swan. I couldn't believe how pretty it was, but I kept saying, no, I don't need that. It's just sweet to see. And sometimes that whole kiosk that they have with all of these little trinket boxes on it and little lead crystal animals, they'll go on sale half price, but I still don't need it. So of course we walked away, and then he went back over there, I think the next day maybe, because he wanted to get some foam board to mount something, a picture on a great big map that he had purchased. So then when I went to go to bed that night, this was on my pillow. Yep, isn't that crazy? Yeah, it opens up to a little trinket box. Pretty sweet, huh? He's just always trying to surprise me with things. He should save his money. Now, I have shared this purse. It's a 60s purse, probably made in Hong Kong. I will open it up because I can't remember. It's in excellent condition. I got that so cheap, it was ridiculous. And I don't remember where, but oh wow, it was just crazy. Maybe I paid $20 for it or less. Yeah. I've had it for quite a long time, and I have shared it in my pink and orange bedroom videos, a couple of them that I've made over the years. It's for sure in a second one anyways. The first one I'm not so sure. I don't think so. But this was $10 in Hastings, Minnesota, at a very nice, smaller antique shop. As soon as I walked in the door, I saw that and I thought, $10? Really? That is so sweet. There's no marking on it, but it's beautifully done. And I don't know anything about this swan either without looking it up, but I've had it for many, many years. It's so much smaller than a lot of the swan planters that I have. They're pretty big, but this worked out really nice up here. I was thrilled that it was green and had just a touch of pink, pinky brown up on the top edge of it. It's really, really nice size for up here anyways, or on the living room shelving. And these are new. There's two different little picks in there that are a darker pink, and I didn't find any more of it. That's from Michael's, I think, and I know that the lighter pink is also from Michael's. They're similar looking, but not the same. It just needed a little bit more. I have two branches of the paler pink ones, but I didn't want to stuff two branches in there of that. So that's why I added the other two softer ones. So I'm very happy with pink and green mostly for some spring decor that doesn't have orange in it for a change. You know how much we love orange. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching today and for your very sweet comments. You don't know how much that means to us. We are very, very appreciative. Norm says hi again, and he thanks you very much too. You guys have a very blessed day.